All right, listen up, listen up, listen up. Tonight is the beginning of a journey. For some of you, it's a chance to tell your story. For others, it's a chance to add a feather to your cap. Whatever your situation is, we all want to get to Vegas and bring home that cup. But we got to do it one game at a time. Tonight, you'll be playing on a different court, wearing a different uniform, feeling a different vibe in the arena. You know why? Because it's prime time. Anybody ready for prime time?
We're ready, coach.
This isn't just another game. Everybody is watching to see how you carry this, how far you come, how far you can go. And it's time to show them. It's time to show them all. Bring it in.
Yeah, boys, let's go.
All right, Vegas.
This team? Look out there, MP.
We are at a sporting event. Hello and goodbye.
Y'all some pickleball this weekend?
Hello and welcome to a great night of hoops. You can feel the excitement in the air for this game. It's part of the NBA Cup. With Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And alongside us is Shams Charania, who will be hanging out, chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely, and BA, there's a lot to talk about these days, so thanks for having me.
Tee us up now. Is the news robust or minimal at this time of year?
Oh, BA, it's always fluid with me.
Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for him. So here are the Jazz starting five. Markkanen and Kessler are the big men. Vyacheslav Mikhailuk is out there with George. And it's Bailey in at the 3 slot. And for Minnesota, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. MP is out there with Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And Shams, the Jazz adding some real scoring punch in the draft.
BA, there was a lot of drama around the Utah Jazz in the NBA draft, but listen, they held firm. They took Ace Bailey. He has a great opportunity on the wing. I'm told the Jazz are really excited. They feel like he's a perfect addition to really restart their retooling process. And Walter Clayton Jr. as well, the Jazz picked in the first round. He's shown that he can deliver under the pressure in college. Their offense is potentially primed for a lot of growth and progress this year.
Well, guys, you can't look at this team and not get into the topic of MP. He's been a very vocal and driving force for his squad, and he's made it known that he's got his sights set on winning the NBA Cup this season.
You gotta love how that just ramps up his teammates, the coaching staff, and even us at the broadcast table. But seriously, I'm gonna be looking at how tough each of these group stage games are for MP. He and his guys aren't the only team with their sights set on the NBA Cup this season.
And time now to go courtside with Allie LaForce for a report on MP.
Well, no surprise, MP is on a mission to bring home the NBA Cup, telling me I want to be a part of a winning legacy. That's my main goal in any competition I'm in. Victories come first. All the individual stuff comes later. Guys?
Nope, we sure wouldn't. And this guy is all in. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Fires in the triple. The last... Seven league MVPs born outside the United States, Shams. The game is going global. What's next?
So, B.A., Adam Silver cited this statistic. 5 years from now, over 40% of the youth of the world will live in Africa. I think we'll see a lot of investment in developing that talent, not to mention captivating fans in that market, but really around the world. That's what the NBA is, a global sport.
You think we'll see teams, divisions, possibly groups of teams in certain areas around the world that'll be part of the NBA?
NBA, NBA Europe is very much in the works. There could be a real league there with the NBA.
And MP throws it down.
There you go, MP. Hammer it home, young fella.
The Jazz have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Mykhailiuk. Markkanen outside. Now here's George. No good on the three. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And with two of the league's smaller market teams facing off in last year's finals, Shams, any problem with that?
On one hand, BA, it definitely takes the audience some getting used to, but for Commissioner Adam Silver, it's a sign that the league's changes are working as intended. So much parity, it gives every team, if well-managed, a chance to compete. And the Pacers and Thunder both certainly fit that description. This is a wide-open league right now, BA.
NBA is fertile ground if it's well-managed. That's the key. Offensive board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Rodgers, that's good.
His strong transition play is something MP will need to be consistently capable of in this league.
Jazz trail by 11. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid's checked in for Gobert. Ingles comes in for Julius Randle. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Mike Conley is subbed in for MP. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. And Shams, a favorite topic in the NBA rumor mill is league expansion. What have you heard, my friend?
Well, BA, I still think we're a little bit ways away. The NBA and the Board of Governors continue to evaluate the potential for expansion franchises in the NBA. They have not made any firm decisions yet, I'm told, but this is something the NBA is continuing to find numbers, trying to evaluate the pros and the cons, potentially adding one or two more teams to the NBA.
And maybe we think about that inside the U.S., but it could go global as well.
Seattle, Las Vegas, Mexico City are really the three cities at the forefront of these conversations.
Now here's Ingles. Misses the three.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Pass to George. To halt the run. Utah with another miss. The Timberwolves lead by 11. The 3-ball. Edwards, no good. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kessler, a screen. George passes to Kessler. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
George against Conley. Ingles, a screen on George. Conley passes to Ingles. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 9. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. We've got George Niang. He's out there with Kyle Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 1. And the sense was the back half of this year's draft was a little thinner than normal. Why was that, Shams?
It's because the money is getting bigger and bigger in college basketball. And a lot of those potential late first or second round picks can just simply make more money in college than go to the NBA. So as these new rules start to regulate and the revenues potentially get shared more across the schools, potentially it normalizes a little bit. But these players in college are able to make essentially the NBA minimum, if not higher the NBA minimum, even as second round potential picks.
Good point. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, BA. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Guys?
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Making a change here. Edwards is checked in. Then for Utah, Markkanen's checked in for Niang. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. And Mykhailiuk subbed in for Williams. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. And Shams, over the last 7 seasons, a different champion every year. The league's as wide open as it has ever been.
VA, remember also, through the NBA's first 51 seasons, the Lakers and the Celtics won more than half of the NBA titles. So this is a conscious effort to engage fans league-wide and create an opportunity for everyone to compete evenly every single year.
Yeah, not just a big market league anymore. Now, are you kidding me? Wow, man!
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
A slam dunk by Reed.
Saving that trip. Naz Reid turning a miss into a bucket.
A nice shot by Filipowski.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out. But looks like they're putting it together right now.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Some solid defense from Markkanen.
Not a lot you can say except fantastic job by the defense.
Mykhailiuk, the pass to Markkanen. Here's Sensabaugh. There's the triple. The shot no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Oh, Edwards with style and authority.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you.
Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels comes in for DiVincenzo. And MP subbed in for Conley. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. George comes in for Sensabaugh. 1:02 left in the second. George passes to Markkanen. From deep. And another miss by Utah.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
MP's been the catalyst for them tonight. Solid leadership from this young man.
Pass to Mykhailiuk. Utah moving the ball around. And here's Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. The three-pointer is true from Markkanen.
Yeah, after a nothing first quarter, he's bounced back nicely.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Rogers. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Rogers has got 14.
A massive reason they're winning. This guy hasn't missed a shot. Not one.
Pass to Mykhailiuk. Here's Bailey. Launches it. The shot by Mykhailiuk, no good. Here's Rogers. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break up 12. Tough to run with them. They get the ball up the court so fast. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings.
You take a look at Utah, they're still at the bottom third of the league. Something will need to change for them to move up in the rankings.
We knew this team would need time to figure things out, and we were right. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Timberwolves.
Something my partner will appreciate. These guys are living in the paint, and it's going to be hard to move them out of there, Shaq.
Yeah, that's what we call renters' rights. They are holding that lease, baby.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Well, Grant, we know teams are hunting triples like never before. What's the line before you get a little three happy, though?
Well, B.A., I don't care how well you're shooting it. If you have an opportunity to get to the rim, you have to take it.
Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. And it's MP in at the 1. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot. Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's George. And finished off by Kessler.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Here's Randall. After the basket by Utah. MP, the pass to McDaniels. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 3 assists in the game.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Looking at the standings in the NBA Cup, the group stage just starting.
Yeah, lots of games remaining. I think the magic number is 3. If you get those 3 wins and have a good point differential, you normally advance to the knockout rounds.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Here's George. Randall pulls down the board.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And here's MP from outside. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
A very accurate shot by MP. He must have been drilling these since a young age.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. All right, let's look back on last season for a moment. Here were your scoring leaders. The fourth spot held by Anthony Edwards.
This is a guy who never took a night off. You look at his numbers and you know that he put in a tremendous effort every single game.
And the Wolves still seeking their first title, Clark.
Yep, the Lakers won 5 championships when they played in Minneapolis, BA, way in the day. The Timberwolves joined the league in 1989, and they're still trying to bring another basketball title to the city.
And it's in there.
A reliable option he's been tonight. He's their safety valve for sure.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 15-point game. Going inside. Soft touch off the glass. George has got 9 points.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Utah with the ball, following the score by Minnesota. For 3, George. He buries it from 3. George has got 8 points here in the quarter.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Here's Rogers. Muscling it home. MP.
Oh, my. Powering through the contact. MP just went to work on them in the paint.
It's George on the drive. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
Boy, he's looked unstoppable this half. Maybe he got a little pep talk over the break.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. For the Timberwolves. Then for Utah, Niang, he's checked in for Kessler. Hendricks comes in for Bailey. And Sensabaugh subbed in for Mykhailiuk. .111 left in the third. Pass to Ingles. Back to Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Reed for 3. And it's Niang with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to George. Here's Sensabaugh. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Now Clark. From the line, Minnesota again missing. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Niang. From outside, off the mark. And so it's MP making things happen for the Timberwolves. 25 points and counting for him. They have relied heavily on his offense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Now an update on Lauri Markkanen from Allie LaForce. What do you have, Allie?
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Jazz. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Despite the longer time frame for a full recovery, the training staff is letting him play. We'll be keeping you updated as we hear more, but for now, he's not going to let this slow him down.
Thanks, Allie. Appreciate the update.
You know, you learn a lot about yourself through these long rehab processes. There's a physical component for sure, but I think mentally and psychologically is where the real challenge is. I have no doubt he'll return, and my guess is he'll be better and stronger than ever.
So the Utah 5 right now. Filipowski out there with Georges Niang. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Hendricks in at the 2-guard. Reed for 3, and again it's Minnesota with a 3.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Markkanen. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley finds Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's Sensabaugh. And founded back in 2020, the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done, Graham.
Yes, indeed, B.A. And give them a follow. I mean, it's so much important work, and it takes all of us to really create the change we all hope to see.
Good on the bucket. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Clark. Anthony Edwards is checked in for DiVincenzo. And MP subbed in for Mike Conley. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Filipowski. Bailey comes in for Niang. Mikhailuk's checked in for Hendricks. And it's Keontae George in for Sensabaugh. Now here's Markkanen. Utah with another miss.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
I just love the ball movement.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. You know, it seems like there's much more competition at the big man spot than there used to be.
I think a lot of that is due to the way players are developed now, particularly the big guys. They come in now expected to handle the ball and shoot, and they've watched a number of their predecessors do that in the last couple of decades. Teams now want to have 4 or more shooters on the floor to put great pressure on the opposing defense. So where there used to be 2 spots available for big guys, now they're fighting over 1 spot.
Pass to Mikhailuk. To win the cold spell. George, that one's good.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
A line change here for Utah. .146 left in the fourth. Anderson gets the bucket. Anderson's got his first points of the game.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
Ingles passes to MP. Shot blocked!
Stellar D from Anderson right there. Sometimes players, I think, underestimate his length.
Back to MP. And MP throws it down.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
And this was a telling game. They'll meet 4 times this season, and I'd say it looks like a good matchup for them. They'll be looking forward to their next 3 meetings against Utah.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Here's Hendricks. Here's Sensabaugh. Here's Niang. Connects from downtown. And Minnesota has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. MP shot is good.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Puts the move on. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And now let's catch up with Dominic Hamill.
30-plus points usually means you had a good night. Wins do, too. This is your job, MP, and it's hard work, but does it feel like hard work on nights like tonight?
It's like most jobs. The work itself, up and down. It's the people. If you're lucky, you make it somewhere you want to be instead of somewhere you have to. I'm lucky to have teammates and coaches who feel more like family than a co-worker. So even when the work is hard, I take a lot of pleasure.
Great. Thanks, MP. You're welcome. Over to you, B.A.
Great stuff there, Dominic. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. So long, everyone.
Hey, how you feel about that pregame speech from Coach?
Ray was seriously feeling that spirit.
Yeah, I never seen him so lit before a game.
I don't think I've ever seen him talk that much. You could tell he really wants the cup. What's up?
Maybe we should interview him. Before the next Cup game. I feel like there's, I don't know, something interesting there. And I want to share that with my followers.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Hopefully he allows us to do it. You know how shy coach could be.
You're forgetting I got a documentary background. I'll get him talking.
Hey, that's why I hired you.
Oh, man. There's a thumbnail right there.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
My kids went to Aisha last weekend.